Welcome to business presentation. My name is Naftaly Njoroge, and today I will take you through an online business known as jamalife helpers group. Have you ever thought of earning income through online works, or have you attempted it? Actually, there are many people who have attempted online businesses, but many still think they are all scams because they have actually tried to engage in businesses that tell you that you referred. As soon as you refer, you are paid, but the businesses are fake, only meant for people, made by people who are either promoting their websites or who just want you to click their blogs and they get paid, but they will never pay you. For instance, we have so many fake clicks. We are told if you refer 100 people, you will get paid 100 per person within 1 day, and you are promised you can withdraw up to 10,000. But when it comes to withdraw, there is no such money. Of course, there are such businesses. Other businesses will tell you to upgrade to 23,000 Kenya shillings that you buy their first package. Yet, even after paying all that money, you still have to refer. Imagine losing 23,000 Kenya shillings. That's not a lot of money. Of course, there are other businesses that demand you upgrade with less fee. They demand you upgrade with Kenya shillings 5,500 plus their monthly renewals of up to 3,000 shillings a month. But with jamalife, it is not like that. This is a reputable organization whose founder is Mr. Katmais from Belgium. He is a retired teacher and a family man. He, together with other notable network entrepreneurs with a business network of over 60 years, combined to form what we call jamalife helpers global. So, how do you join jamalife helpers global? And as you can see here, this is the icon for jamalife helpers global. It is jamalife helpers global. This reads Introduction to jamalife helpers global, and this is their icon. So, with jamalife, you only join with a one-time payment of 650 Kenya shillings only for one account. However, owning multiple accounts is an advantage as you rise over the levels faster. For instance, if you start with 3 accounts, your first account will have earned $1 for the 2 other accounts. That means if you create one account, you require to refer at least 2 direct referrals, one to appear on the right and one on the left. So if you start with 3 accounts, one will come to the left of the first account, and the second will come to the right of the second account. Do I make it clear? That is, it's like one account comes, it's like one account. Okay, that is what I mean. Hope you can see it clear. Now this is your first account. If at all you are this one, you start with 3 accounts. You will have started with this one, and this will be a second, and this will be a third account. So already this first account is full. Now this one will require 2 referrals also, which is this one and this one. And this will also require 2 referrals, which is this one and this one. So what you need to do, if you start with 3 accounts, this will be your first, this your second, and this your third. Now each of these 3 accounts will then fill with 2 referrals. Already the first is filled, so this one will require 2 referrals, which is this and this. And this will also require 2 referrals, which is this and this. That makes it a total of 6, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as you can see, there are 3 on the left and 3 on the right. That's how jamalife works. Once you have the 6, already you have completed stage 1, and the earning are $0.5 per referral. So for the 6, you actually earn $3 before you may complete the 1 and move to stage 2. Level 1 is called the builder level, and as you can see the exchange rate here are the earnings, how the earnings are made. And from there, once you have completed referring the 2 people, and each of them refers 2 people each, you have acquired your 6, you move to its called 2, which is known as the sapphire level. Here, you will need only 7 people on your left and 7 people on your right, each to join you in level 2. And for a person to join you in level 2, it means you have acquired these 6, just like you did in level 1. And therefore, when you have 7 people from your right side joining you to stage 2, and 7 people from your left joining you from stage 1 to stage 2, you will be able to earn for all of those 7 times 2, 14 times $1.5 per person. And now each person, the exchange rate will be Kenya shillings 130 per dollar. That is the jamalife helpers global exchange rate, which is an advantage, of course, to members. So with 7 people on your right and 7 people on your left, it means you will be able to make a total of 3 times 14, $1.5 times 14. That comes to $21, of course, in it. Yeah, 14 times 3 times $1.5, and you get 14 times $1.5, and you get $21 for the total. And at that exchange rate, you'll find that there is a total payment of around 20,650 Kenya shillings here at the exchange rate of Kenya shillings 125 per account, assuming that it is at the exchange rate of 130 per dollars, isn't it? Let's see. So calculate 14, so it will be just 14 times $1.5. That becomes $21, then times at the exchange rate of 130 shillings per dollar, you get 2,730 shillings. Isn't that not amazing? And that's level 2. So once you have the 14, you just move to level 3. And note, you don't have to refer all the 7 in order to earn for each. However, whenever each joins level 2, you earn. So that means if one comes to level 2, you earn is $1.5. When another joins level 2, you earn another $1.5, and you continue earning until they get to 14. Am I clear? I hope you can see how the jamalife workers global works. From there, you move to level 3. Although, as you can see, you are needed to just refer 7 people on your right and 7 on your left. And let's count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this one on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the third level is called Rabbit Director, and here you earn $10 per person who joins you from level 2. Note that as the downlines continue coming, the new ones will be the ones who will be referring new members to the organization. So Each member is striving to acquire his own downlines. All you are doing is that when the downlines refer, they are promoted, and if they are promoted from level 1 at level 2, and you are in level 2, you will run for them $1.5 per referral. And if you are in level 3, now here is Rabbi Director, you'll be able to earn $10 for everyone joining you from level 2. So it's a continuous chain, and therefore $10 per downline, that will amount to $140. At the exchange rate of 130 Kenya shillings, we can still find out the sum here. There's no problem, it is just 130 times $140. And I find, wow, amazing, 18,200 Kenya shillings, which is amazing. I think you cannot see, but of course if you work out with your calculator, yeah, $140 at the exchange rate of Kenya shillings 130 per dollar, that will amount to 18,200 Kenya shillings. And when you agree with that, you will just move to level 4 and wait for your downlines. Now, once you are in level 4, here you will have to earn $55 per referral joining you from level 3. $55, I mean, that will be equivalent to 55 times 130 Kenya shillings, which is 7,150 Kenya shillings per referral joining you level 4. Is that not wonderful? So actually, any referral who joins you in level 4, you can be able to withdraw, because the minimum withdrawal is actually Kenya shillings 4,000, which is $40 roughly according to the national currency. But according to jamalife Helpers Global, $40 is equivalent to the Kenya shillings 5,200. So what is 4,000 in Kenyan shillings in dollars? We just divide 4,000 by 130, and here actually it is very amazing, because it's just $30, that US dollars. Now if it's just that US dollars, you'll be able to withdraw. Yeah, in jamalife, that is it. And as you can see, we are still continuing in the same pattern. 7 people on your right, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and 7 on your left, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now what happens is that this one is the first to come to level 4 under you, so you earn his $10, isn't? Is $55, and now his downlines will also join him. The first comes, you earn $55, he also earns $55, and when this one joins him in level 4, he earns $55, you also earn $55. So you can see how it works. And when this one, a downline of this, joins level 4, this one will earn $55. This will also earn $55, and you also earn $55. And the same one with this. So all this, as they join level 4, each upline who is joined by his downline in level 4 earns $55, and you also earn. And when they have just gotten 7 on right and 7 on the left, you just move to level 5. Now level 4 is called the Emerald Director, and in level 5 you are a Diamond. So now we are at Diamond. In Diamond, working out at that pattern, you realize that everyone joining you in level 5 to be a Diamond, you earn $250 per person, which is at our exchange rate Kenya shillings 32,500 per person. So if you are a Diamond, any Emerald joining you in Diamond stage, you earn that 2,500, and I've showed you how the network is working. So here we are. This one joins first to level 5. You are this one has joined you. So you earn is that 2,500 Kenya shillings, which is equivalent to $250. When this one joins under this one will earn his 54. I mean that $250, that is Kenya shillings, that 2,500, and this one will also earn Kenya shillings, that 2,500. So this one has for these two, and you also earn for him. You also earn for this. When this car joins, you have also earned that 2,500. When this join level 4, level 5, I mean, you also earn that 2,500. And when this one joins, this one will earn, and this one will also earn. You can see, and you also earn. Each of you earns that 2,500. The same with this. When this one joins level 5, that is the amount. This one earns that 2,500. This one also earns that 2,500, and you also earn that 2,500. Are you not financially empowered by now? Level 5 also has other incentives, and as you can see right here, we have a cell phone, a very good one, of course, and of course a laptop. It is your choice. Yes. And I can say it is amazing because it is worth 1,000 US dollars. That is roughly Kenya shillings, 130,000 shillings. Now, with that laptop, I believe that laptop is marvelous. It can do a lot of things. You can keep a sidebar, and it is fast and efficient. You see, the same with the phone. When will you become a boss? And not only that, $250 per referral joining you in level diamond. Total will be, let's calculate, 250 times 130. 250 times 130 shillings. We fight that 2,500 per referral. Now, what about times 14? Once you have your 14, what do you get? It is equivalent to 455,000 Kenya shillings. Surely, by now, aren't you a boss? So, in Diamond, you are earning a total of 455,000 Kenya shillings, and you have your laptop, choice laptop, or a phone, just the one you choose, and of course, it is marvelous. You move to level 6, that is the first wonderful level. Now, once you have here, there is a car, as you can see. Now, you have always even imagine that you can never possess a car. Maybe you are a farmer. And now, there's no way you can buy a car like this one. You can see it is a brand, a top quality private car. Now, this is called a mini US SUV, and it is worth 13,000 US dollars. That is equivalent to roughly at the exchange rate 13,000 times 130. It is equivalent to 1.69 million Kenya shillings. That is the car you will get. Imagine you are a farmer. You have no maths to do plus to buy at one time an SUV worth 1.69 million Kenya shillings, or a teacher. You do not have those maths. Yes? But here you started with Kenya shillings 150. I mean Kenya shillings 650. You have referred, and you have earned a total of Kenya shillings $800 per referral. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm confused a little. But what we can see is that you have already earned in the crown diamond. Now this is where it is a good earning, of course. In level 6, as crown diamond, you are making $800 per downline that is joining you in crown diamond. And therefore, if it is $800, 800 times 1, that what do you get? It's $800 times 130 at the exchange rate. Now I'm confusing the exchange rate with the national currency exchange rate, but in Germany we are exchanging at $1 per 130 Kenya shillings. It will come to 104,000. Now every download who joins you from Emerald to Diamond to Crown Diamond you will be able to earn 104,000 Kenya shillings. So that's 1 times 14. You will earn a total of 1.456 million. That is 1,456,000 Kenya shillings. That is in crown diamond. And plus this amount, as you can see, you have that car. Yeah. From there, you are able to move to level 7. So I ask you, as a farmer or as a teacher, you have done all maths of buying such a car, but with jamalife with only 650 Kenya shillings, this must become true and you become a millionaire. So it is advisable that you join now. If you have not joined, don't doubt, it's only 650 Kenya shillings, and I've showed you how it works. It's very simple. Refer your relatives, your friends, let them join the fun, and you'll be able to change your life in just a short time, depending on your devoted service. You move to level 7, which is called the ambassador. Even the name itself, wow. You only hear ambassadors is those representing a certain country like Kenya, the Ugandan ambassador for Kenya, isn't it? But now you yourself can become an ambassador, earning $4,000 per downline that joins you in ambassador level from Crown Diamond. And also in the ambassador level, of course, you know, an ambassador should have a modest means of transport. Here you are given another Jeep, choice Jeep, worth $50,000 US. That, as we can calculate, we will find that it amounts to 6,500,000 Kenya shillings. You are driving a car worth more than what a minister drives in Kenya. Now, or you just started with 650 Kenya shillings and you referred 2 people, and each have referred 2 people, and the sequence continues from level 1 to level 7 now, and you have already possessed a car worth 6.5 million Kenya shillings. And of course, in whichever country you are, it is done at the exchange rate that is set there by jamalife Helpers Global. That car is worth $50,000 US. You just exchange and you realize how much worth that car is in your country. Of course, there's a lot of wealth. Earnings per downline that joins you from Crown Diamond to the ambassador level. It is $4,000 US. And of course, there's one that if you are in Kenya, so 4,000 times 130. That amounts to 520,000 Kenya shillings. Now imagine, as a teacher you have worked for 20 years, you earn 80,000 Kenya shillings per month. But here in jamalife, you just wake up one morning and for just someone joining you in ambassador level, you have earned your 520,000 Kenya shillings for one person. So 520,000 times 14, 7 on your right, 7 on your left. That amounts to 7.28 million Kenya shillings. Now, even I ask you, as a teacher, as a farmer, as a nurse or such other people, such professionals, how long will it take you to earn this amount or even save? Of course, you need to eat, you need to feed your family, you need to clothe them, you have to pay school fees for your children, pay rent, pay electricity and water bills, pay taxes, transport, accommodation, etc. And the economy is high. Yes, and you have to keep on investing. So it is only if you invest that you can be able to accumulate this amount over the years. But even in some, as a civil servant, it will take maybe a whole lifetime to earn this amount, even to save. So you will be enjoying it at your old age. But with jamalife, 3 years are enough that you possess this money. Imagine as a young man of 20 years and you join the jamalife helpers group, but today it will take you 3 years of dedicated service, and or even some have done it in 6 months. They have been crowned diamond in ambassador level. Like if you look in Ghana, Nigeria, they embrace this online business with a lot of passion. I don't know why do you doubt? There in Nigeria it has changed people's lives. Ghana, South Africa, they have had cars. We are waiting cars in Kenya. Are you going to join us? Be part of the winning team. So that is in level 7 called down. Now you come to crown ambassador level, it's stage 8. Now, yeah, I don't even need to speak so much, but if you can see here, you can see a house, and it is a marvelous house. Wow, it is like the house of a minister and a jeep. Yeah, you can see some people call it nowadays as V8. Yes, so in level 8, everyone joining you in crown ambassador. Now, like you are the high commissioner, the high ambassador, when your salary is very high, you earn $20,000 per dollar joining you in crown ambassador. $20,000 at our exchange rate. What is that? 20,000 times 130. Okay, 20,000 times 130 Kenya shillings. You get 2.6 million Kenya shillings per downline joining you in crown ambassador. By now you are a millionaire. And by the time the 14 you have your 7 on your right and 7 on your left have joined you, you will earn a total of 36,040,000 Kenya shillings. Now look, you are a total millionaire. You are headed to be a billionaire in it. And you didn't even invest. You didn't go to the bank to take a loan. You didn't do such a thing. You only risked your Kenya shillings 650 only. And you started the business by trusting in yourself. And this is where you have reached. Total of 36,400,000. You are paid and you go and build a hotel and build lodgings. You invest. You have wealth for even your kids. This is, my gosh, you need to invest in jamalife helpers global. And you are given the house parts worth $300,000 at the exchange rate of that 130 Kenya shillings. That will be equivalent to 39 million Kenya shillings. Yes. Yeah. So the house itself is worth 39 million Kenya shillings. Have you ever visited Muthaiga Estate or Ruda and seen some of the houses, even some of our political leaders living? Yes. Some governors can't even afford them. Now, that is a kind of a house that is worth 39 million Kenya shillings. So this is what you achieve. You are real ambassador. And note, you are being given these facts. Already you have earned in the crown diamond, you have earned in the ambassador level, and now the crown ambassador level. So already you own your own house, you have built your own home, you have a lot of funds. Now when you are given these funds, it is just wealth on top of wealth. You are just accumulating. Then the car is worth 170,000 US dollars. This, roughly according to national currency exchange rate, is 17 million Kenya shillings. But according to jamalife Helpers global exchange rate, that amounts to Kenya shillings 22,100,000. That is, of course, the kind of cars that the president is currently traveling in. Of course, that is, it is like a bit. You hear people saying it's worth 20 million Kenya shillings. That's the kind of a car that you will be able to be given as a crown ambassador. And it is very enjoyable. Then you enter into the infinity stage. Therefore, the total you have earned in crown diamond, in crown ambassador, is $20,000 per referral joining you, times 130 Kenya shillings times 14. You get a total of 36,400,000 Kenya shillings. Then you move to infinity, and there you are able to receive $20,000 for any downline joining you from crown ambassador to infinity stage. This is the last stage, and it is a lifelong stage. By now, note how many downlines you have. Calculating that in every level you add 14 people up to level 1. Then each of these 14 already they have their own networks, which is making you to be promoted over the stages. So you have a lot of downlines. All these will eventually later or earlier reach infinity stage, and as each reaches infinity stage you earn $20,000 US dollars. So this simply means that to you and your family and your clan, poverty will be a matter of the past. You never ever become poor if you join jamalife Helpers Global and you persist up to crown ambassador, up to infinity stage. I am in for it. Are you willing to join? Now, there's a question for a lot. Please make your decision today. So that's all about jamalife Helpers Global. And of course, so we have some quotes that were quoted of some rich people here. For example, there is Robert Kiyosaki. He says, the richest people in the world look and build networks. Everyone else looks for a job. So the richest people look for a network. According to Bill Gates, this is one of the richest man in the world. Of course, he is located in the United States of America. He says, if I would be given a chance to start all over again, I would choose network marketing. Now, these are some of the richest people, and as you can see them here, this is Bill Gates, and this is Robert Kiyosaki. That must be a Japanese. Yes, so let's fix our discussion today. What jamalife Helpers Global entails. Of course, there are some questions that some people ask about jamalife Helpers Global. I would like to briefly discuss them. Well, to join jamalife Global, it costs $5. As I've told you, in Kenya, the exchange is Kenya shillings 130. In Nigeria, one account costs 400 nairas. So it depends from country to country. You can also possess many accounts. Then it is advisable that you possess as many accounts as you can manage. So 7 accounts are simple because they will take you to level 2 automatically, and you will be required with 7 downlines. With 7 accounts, you only need 8 people, 2 per account in the bottom 4 accounts. The others already are filled with at least 2 each. So if you possess too many accounts, but at a time you are unable to manage them, they will eventually reduce your success in jamalife Global. So it is advisable you start as many accounts as you can manage. Of course, I have a vision of up to 30 accounts, and I have already 6 accounts. I have handled for them, and I have done several referrals. Then there is also the question that people ask, how do I withdraw after earning? Of course, this is a critical question that some of us will ask. But it's worth noting that your withdrawal can be done directly to your bank account through the admin to your local account, to your local bank account. This means that you have to establish your network address in the jamalife global account. Once you have registered and you have started earning, you need to put your address, your bank details, full names. This why your names in jamalife global, your full names should be matching to the ones in your national bank identity documents. That's your official name, because if you register with other names in jamalife Global, the withdrawal may be declined if your names do not match your original names in the bank details, in the national identity issue, and so on. Then there is also the withdrawal where it's peer-to-peer. That's if I refer you, you pay your Kenya shillings 650. I sell you dollars. So on my part, I will have earned my money. I will have accessed my money while you acquire your dollars and your downlines. So as you sell them the dollars, you are able to also earn. This is very suitable, especially before you have gotten the minimum of $30 for withdrawal. Do you see? Then there's no monthly or yearly membership subscription. You only make a one-time payment of $5 and that's all. Then the awards for every stage are awarded after the completion of that particular stage. For instance, in level 4, there is a food voucher worth 12,500 Kenya shillings. Also, there are medical covers, flight and hotel booking, empowerment, financial. There are those cards that you have there. These awards are awarded after you have completed that level. That's simple. As once you have your downlines, they can never break down. Is there any way my downline can break away from me? No, it's not possible. Once your downline is registered and your downlines, your downlines will follow you all through the business. However, an active downline is capable of overtaking a lazy upline. So if you are an upline and you are unable to refer very actively in order to raise over the stages, note some of your downlines will be able to overtake you. Then, how do I make my contribution and get my benefits? You pay partnership contribution using e-wallet, back, cash, or payment gateway as many as may be applicable from time to time, and receive your earnings through the e-wallet and with your local bank account. Your local bank account is credited monthly for withdrawals. Cut-off date is 4 working days before date of payment. Minimum amount that can be withdrawn is US dollars $30, and 5% charges are deducted as withdrawal fees. Of course, how do I get the wallet for registration? You obtain your e-wallet registration through the company directly or through leaders appointed to carry out such function. Of course, once you register on jamalife Helpers Group, you already have your e-wallet account. All you need is to update your password so that to ensure it is only you have access to it, not your prime. Okay. Then, can I use my cash benefit to register other partners? Yes, you can collect cash from your intending downlines and transfer from your e-wallet for the purpose of registration. It's that simple. You collect their funds and you, of course, transfer your dollars into the accounts, you register them, and the business continues. So you are also benefiting, they are also benefiting, and that's a vision of good hope. How many months would it take to complete all the stages? Now, the rising through the stages up to crown ambassador up to infinity requires only your dedication or service. Your dedicated service, it depends on your capabilities. So you can rise over the stages in less than 1 year or even more, but there is one principle. However long it takes, never quite. Only ensure that you continue referring and you continue rising over the stages. However, the years, whether it takes 6 months or 6 years, but eventually you will earn all those incentives, all those cash benefits, and you one day become financially empowered, changing the fate of your family, of your clan, from the hustlers to the dynasties. And what are you eating? Yes. So, some of you may be questioning the authenticity of jamalife Helpers Global. Now, briefly, I will take you through the history of jamalife Helpers Global. jamalife Helpers Global is a network organization founded by a reputable entrepreneur, former teacher Mr. Kurt Miles. He and other entrepreneurs combine their working experience of over 60 years in business to make it. So it is an organization that is fit in professionals. It was officially established in Nigeria on the 14th of December 2016 when it got registered at the Corporate Affairs Commission. So, of course, it was able to enter in Nigeria in 2016 on 14th of December. Already Nigeria have acquired their cars. Now, that's only 3 years. It entered Kenya in 2018, so by 2021, we should have acquired cars latest. Add other incentives, be part of the winning team, simply join jamalife. It is advisable you stay with multiple accounts so that you can rise faster, up to 7 or more accounts. Then you prefer add one, and of course you continue from there. Then jamalife Namibia in progress. It closed in Namibia in July 2017. You understand? So in 2017 it was able to access Namibia. And already they have been able to establish a network of jamalife Helpers Global there. can find some of the benefits that are accessible in jamalife helpers global. And of course, one here is the incentives. We have the cars, the laptops, the household equipments. They are here, even the house funds. They are empowering you. Of course, there's food security. Here we have combined harvest and harvesting wheat. So where you are given food security through butcher. Also, of course, you are also given the funds to establish the farms, grow crops, ensure your country, your safety, your family is food secure, and this will in the long run help the country to also benefit. Then we have online shopping here. They are shopping, you are given vouchers, and of course you buy cheap goods as members of jamalife helpers global. Then there's also hotel booking. Now as members you are able to travel as a team, maybe to other countries, to inspire others. Now during the process you'll be able to book hotels. Also, you'll be able to book flights. Maybe you have never dreamt of flying, but once you change your life, that is assured. One day you are going to fly. And note, all your expenses will be all your expenses will be taken care of by the company. So you won't spend your single cent in the travel expenses. That will not matter to you. All you will do is to refer. Of course, there is financial empowerment. Here you can find a lot of coins heaped on each other. So this is financial empowerment. And of course, there are the addresses where you can access jamalife helpers global. First, we start with the website, which is www.jamalifehelpersglobal.com. And of course, you can also access us through WhatsApp, which is +254 705 700 503. You can call or WhatsApp me through that number. And of course, we are there. We own Facebook pages. You can search jamalife helpers global. You will be able to get some of the updates about jamalife helpers global and the awards won and so on and so forth. So it is simply like that. You join today and you start your earning process. Simply register with your Kenya shilling 650. Start with their accounts if you care, if you desire. Or up to 7 accounts you'll be automatically in level 2, and you will just refer for your accounts and you will earn. Note the multiple accounts are advantageous in that if you possess 7 accounts, you will be able to win incentives for each account. That means if you have 7 accounts, you will win 7 cars. You will acquire, that is not win, they are yours. So you will acquire 7 cars in level 6, 7 jeeps in level 7, and 7 cars and houses in level 8. And you will also earn the $20,000 at infinity for every account that is done. So your salary will be times 7. If you have 21 accounts, some people start with 21 accounts. The higher they go, they are up to level 3, and the income is already high. So if you have 21 accounts, again you will earn 7 times. Every account will be paid as its downlines reach its promotion. Then you will be able to, of course, earn for 21 times for your accounts. Is that not rather? I believe some of you will find it incredible, but simply join today and you will live to tell a testimony with just Kenya shilling 650. Yeah, so now, believing and hoping that we are going to work together, I will look forward to working very, very soon with you to achieve the heights in jamalife helpers group. Is that not wonderful? Have a good